welcome to the High Path channel. If you're new, my name is Rosa, and welcome to our humble kitchen. Now, today we are going to take you along doing some meal prepping. I am really going to focus a lot on breakfast. I do struggle on breakfast because I work early in the morning, and then when I'm off of work, the kids have already made smoothies and probably ate some fruit, but I do want to prep a few things for breakfast so they can grab and go as they please whenever they need a breakfast option. So today I have this beautiful planner that was sent to us by a Clever Fox Planner. I've always wanted to try one of their planners. They are sold all over Amazon. Their planners are so beautiful. I mean, look at this. Ooh, I am a stationery lover. I love pens and pencils, planners, journals, all sorts of things, paper and stationery. So this planner is beautiful. As you may know, I typically don't plan things. I am more of a cook on the whim, I'll cook whatever I want, but I'm gonna get into this season. I have a goal set for myself to be a little bit more organized. I'm going to write down more planned meals just so that it's all laid out, so I don't have to struggle and worry about what is for dinner, what is for lunch, what do you guys want to eat, all of that stuff.
So this planner is called the Clever Fox Planner Pro. It is a large version, a large format. This is perfect for you if you have larger handwriting or if you just want a larger page to look at. I'm going to give you a little bit of a flip through here. It comes with a spread with goals. This is our vision board. It also has a little, what do I want my life to be like? There are 1-year goals, 3-month goals, set up a mind map section, which is really cool. And then it just goes into a monthly spread. Right after that, there is a monthly review, which there also has a little pie chart there and a little line graph as well. In the very back, there is a ton of pages where you can just doodle, write down any notes, do some scratch paper work, anything that you need in the back. There is also a daily spread here with habit trackers, to-do lists, all sorts of things that will help you keep your daily tasks organized. Of course, feel free to pause this video if you want to take more of an in-depth look. If you're a planner nerd or a journal nerd like me, all the details matter. So that is a Planner Pro. Now let's get into the other planner here. This planner is so beautiful. The cover is kind of like embossed and it's got textures, and you can tell this is all for food. This planner is called the Meal Planner Pro. It has a little warranty card that it comes with, and then this is a really cool card that comes with this planner that tells you how to use this planner, all the different things. In the front, there is a little macros and calorie counter here that lays out pretty much all of the common foods. Super useful if you are counting your calories and macros, of course. We have a spread which shows all the different measurements, and you can take a picture and stick it on there. There are all the measurements that you can measure yourself with. It actually came with a measuring tape. You can list your top goals on this page right here. There is also a really interesting exercise calendar on here. It's kind of small, so I'm not sure how you would write down your exercise schedule. But then now it comes with a monthly spread right here with, of course, your goals for this month and just any steps you can take to make your month better. There is also a monthly review at the end showing you if you've accomplished your goals or not. You could remeasure and take a new photo of yourself, and it comes with this beautiful spread with a little pie chart as well. Then it comes with this section where you can plan all your meals and snacks for the whole week, all laid out for you with built-in habit tracking as well. I personally really love this spread. You can use it as a daily planner as well. It has a mood tracker, water tracker. Towards the back of this meal planner, there is a little shopping list thing where you can list all of your groceries, and then there are perforated so you can just tear it out and take it to your store whenever you're shopping.
I am so excited to start writing in these, and I have a problem of like starting a new journal or a new planner because I don't want to ruin the pages, but I totally understand, you know, they are made for us to write, so I get it. It's just a psychological thing. Anyway, if you would love to see a more like an in-depth video of, you know, maybe how I'm going to start to plan in these planners, let me know in the comments, and I will have to make a separate video on how we're going to use these planners to plan all of our meals and hopefully stick to it. That is also my other problem. I just don't stick to things, but I'm hopeful. We're going to improve on myself. I'm going to improve on myself, and hopefully I can get my life together a little bit better. I am looking at both of these planners, and I'm trying to figure out which one would be best for like a meal planner. Now this one is more geared towards like losing weight and keeping track of your macros and what you eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you know, measurements and things like that. It definitely has more of a meal plan vibe to it, but I'm honestly, yes, I should definitely be losing weight. Yes, I should use this for losing weight, but am I going to actually measure all of my body parts and keep record? I don't think so. Maybe I will just use this, if you could see. Maybe I will use this spread as a menu plan, just so that we can get started on menu planning, and just to keep a list of what we're going to make for the week and for the day and what we're going to have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I think that's going to be very useful, and also the shopping list in the back as well. That seems really nice as well. So maybe I will start with this meal planner, and then I will use this other one for other things later on in life. Without further ado, let's get started on meal planning. No, not meal planning. Without further ado, let's get started on meal prepping.
Before we get started, I want to throw all my ideas onto paper. I like to write it down, so I'm going to just list out some breakfast ideas. I have a couple of granola ideas that I wanted to attempt today. So first, we've got a chocolate cherry granola that I have been looking to make because, of course, it's fall. Cherries, it's just part of the season, even though cherries aren't a fall fruit. But anyway, some other ideas I've got are some biscuits. We've got a tofu scramble and some beans for some toast as well.
I am just writing a bit of a list here of like ideas that I want to make for the day today for a lot of breakfasts. And Mercy is going to help me, of course. She's going to be my sous chef. She can really pretty much handle a lot of these. Oh, I should put maybe like muffins, because that's easy to make as well. And yeah, I think we have everything listed so far. I will of course add more if needed. And I will show you what we have going on.
I'm going to get started with some granola. Now we are going to make a large batch of granola, but I didn't expect I was going to use all of these oats. I just kept pouring. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to need all of it. Now that I've poured everything, I'm going to just restock my little box of oatmeal. Granola is super easy to make, and I don't know why people don't make this more often at home, and it's so much cheaper when you make it at home. You can put all of the nuts and fixings that you like, any dried fruit that you like, anything that your heart desires. We've got some pumpkin seeds here. Now Mercy had the idea that maybe we should crush some of these pumpkin seeds, so I'm taking them out and putting it in our mortar and pestle. Isaiah came and he decided he wanted to do this part, so I let him. Meanwhile, that is happening, I'm going to start off with some roasted, just regular old baked potatoes or jacket potatoes. I'm going to put some coconut oil, salt, rub it in, put it in the oven at 400 degrees, bake it for 1 hour. Simple and easy. We purchased some ginger powder at Walmart, and look how pretty this box or tin is. I just wanted to show you how beautiful this tin is, and if you see it at the store, give it a try. We're going to use that in some of our granola. So we have 2 granolas we're making. We're making a cherry and chocolate granola, and we've also got a pumpkin spice granola, which we're going to use our ginger powder in. In this big pot, we are going to melt down some coconut oil, and for some sweetness for the granola, we added some agave syrup. You can definitely use honey, but you're not supposed to heat up honey, so we prefer to just use agave syrup whenever honey is in a recipe to cook with. Add a pinch of salt. I've missed this step, but I wanted to add some vanilla extract as well, but I'll add it later. So we're going to pour this onto both of our granolas. We're going to do a good mix. Make sure all of the granola, or the oats and the seeds, are mixed together well, and then we will bake it. Making a syrupy, sweet sort of sauce like this really helps all of the granola pieces kind of cling together, and it actually results in some nice crispy bits of granola when you bake it. It's delicious. We're going to bake this at 350 for about 15 minutes, and we're going to check up on it.
Mercy has volunteered to make muffins by herself, so I am going to write a sort of a recipe for her. You know, I don't really measure, but I'm going to just go off of what I think is right. We're gonna make this little muffin. We're gonna make some banana bread muffins, and if it turns out great, we will definitely put all of the written recipes in the description so you can make it yourself.
As a homeschool mom, I encourage you fellow homeschool moms to have the kids do these activities, such as writing a recipe down, or reading a recipe to you. It helps build their vocabulary, their handwriting skills, all the things. Just little things like this will really help out. Alrighty, after about 15 minutes in the oven at 350, we are going to take out the granola. I'm adding the forgotten vanilla extract on both of them, mix them all back in, and then we're gonna put it back in the oven for about 10-15 more minutes, just until it is nicely toasted.
How's it going, Mercy? Yeah?
Now, because we sort of free-handed this muffin recipe, I wanted to make sure that it is correct. So we're just baking up about 3 muffins just as a test, just in case. Next on the list, we're making a creamy sauce out of roasted cashews and some beans. So in a pot, we're going to add some cashews. We're also going to add some cannellini beans and some water. And we are going to boil this up until the cashews are nice and soft, ready to blend into a nice creamy sauce for a casserole. Meanwhile, the granola is done. We let it cool for a little bit before we put them into containers like this. Now, the other granola that I was working on, the cherry and chocolate one, we of course had to make sure that it is nice and cool before we mix in all of the chocolate chips so that it doesn't melt in the granola when we're mixing it. Cherries and chocolate sounds so good. It kind of reminds me of Cherry Garcia, that ice cream. Let me know in the comments if you know what Cherry Garcia ice cream is, and if you are a fan.
We did not burn it. No. This is cherry and chocolate. The other one is pumpkin spice.
Our first set of muffins are out. Now, granted, you should definitely let your muffins cool all the way before you taste test it, but I just couldn't wait. I just wanted to just test and see whether or not, the batter is good, if the muffins had a good rise, and at this point, it is really hot, as you can see.
I think it's very moist. And it's too hot, so we kind of have to wait. Oh, stop. But it is really good.
I was pretty pleased with the way that the muffins came out, like the taste and the rise on it. So I am going to continue with the muffin making while Mercy is working on some biscuits next.
Mix it together. All right, here, add about half a cup of water.
The key to making a really nice flaky biscuit or scone, if you will, is to not use too much water. When you mix the dough, you think that it's actually not going to be enough water, but in fact it is. I have kind of perfected this feel of this dough, so I really like how our muffins or biscuits turn out. I folded this dough a few times and I'm just going to use my hands to flatten them out, and then with a cup or any tool that you have to cut biscuits out, we are going to cut out some biscuits. I think this cup is my new favorite tool making biscuits because the size of it is just so precious and it's perfect. You can see the layers that are in this little biscuit dough. Once this bakes up, it's gonna be nice and flaky and it's gonna be delicious. After the biscuits baked, this is what it looks like. You could see how fluffy and flaky they are. It turned out perfect.
How is it?
100 out of 100.
It's too sweet.
100 out of 100.
Good. Is it flaky? All right, we are making progress. So we have all of our baking, pretty much all of our baking done for the day. I probably should have started some bread earlier, but never got the chance to, so we didn't have bread. But typically I can just make fresh bread daily or whenever that we plan on eating. So I am going to start on all of our savory items now. So I've got some baked potatoes over there that I would like to make sort of a casserole, a creamy potato and broccoli casserole. So I'm going to just chop up some of my ingredients here, just so that we have on hand, just so I'm not chopping throughout the day. Okay, so first steps first, to make my casserole, I'm going to make a sort of like a creamy potato and broccoli casserole. So I have some cashews and beans, just cannellini beans, 1 can that I have boiled earlier, and now it's all nice and soft. And so now I'm going to blend this up into a nice creamy sauce. I'm going to add a little bit of water, maybe add some nutritional yeast for some cheesiness, some salt of course, and then we're going to assemble this potato and broccoli casserole really easy.
Essentially, with the beans and the cashews, I am making sort of like a cream of chicken or cream of mushroom soup without the cream of mushroom soup. A lot of American casseroles, I've noticed, uses these creamy sauces or creamy canned soups, and I decided to make my own. I am also adding some coconut milk in here for some creaminess, some onion powder. I ran out of nutritional yeast, so we didn't have any cheesiness in here, but that's okay. So when you blend all of these ingredients up, it becomes a nice creamy sauce, and you can add as much water or as little as you like to make it as thick or thin. In my casserole dish, we're adding our baked potatoes. You can chop it up or you could just hand tear it. We're gonna add some frozen broccoli as well. I added a few onions in here too, and we're just going to pour all of the sauce that we just made. Zhuzh it up a little bit and it's ready to bake for the next meal.
I forgot to show you, check this out. These are our homegrown eggplants. They're so cool, we grew these. So now it's time to eat them. Now, we already harvested it once. This is our second harvest and they look beautiful. It's so rewarding whenever you get to plant your own vegetables and harvest it for your food, for your family. It's so cool. So I am so excited. The first eggplants that we ate, they were delicious. This time we use it in like a stir fry. This time I'm also going to do the same so that we could pair it with our rice. So Really simple. I have some tofu already being drained. I have just random vegetables here and there, and I'm going to add this to our stir fry.
I opted to make stir fry because one, it is very super duper easy and fast to put together. All you need is just chopped vegetables, and really you could put anything in there and stir fry it. I've got some sesame oil going down. I've also added a little bit of coconut oil, some chili flakes just for some extra spiciness, a little bit of onions here that I'm sauteing, and then this recipe I really intended to just load it up with vegetables, as many vegetables as I can. So I've got some eggplants, we've got some carrots in there. I planned on adding the cabbage, of course, that we just chopped up. Our tofu is also being crumbled in there as well. It's going to act sort of like our protein, but also like a crumbled minced meat, if you will. Adding some organic coconut aminos as well. I have the fire on pretty high, so it's about medium high, so all of the vegetables will cook really, really fast. As I said, I really wanted to load this dish up with as many vegetables as I can, so I've got 2 bags of frozen chopped spinach as well going in. We've been really loving frozen spinach in our food. I don't know what it is, it just makes everything taste delicious. I covered that and let it sit for a little bit, stirred it, covered it back up, and then this is the final result. Moving on to our next stir fry or scramble. I had a tofu scramble in mind, but I wasn't thinking of adding potatoes. So I'm just adding some chopped potatoes, the baked potatoes that we just baked today. We're also going to crumble in that tofu, add our seasonings, some salt, some smoked paprika, and let that go.
Tastes like hash brown.
Hash browns?
Tastes delicious.
This tofu scramble was a hit, and that completes our meal prep for the day.
All right, guys, I planned on making a few more items, but time has escaped from me, so this is what we have for our meal prep for the week. Today I focus on quite a bit of breakfasts, like I said, because we really need to keep breakfasts available for everyone to have. Really?
I'm just pointing out all the breakfast.
We have 2 kinds of granola. We've got like a cherry and chocolate one. We've also got a pumpkin spice one to welcome the fall time. Oh, it's so nice and cozy. We've got banana muffins, of course. We have biscuits for breakfast and a tofu and potato hash scramble sort of thing. And then for like lunches and dinners, maybe we have a broccoli potato casserole and some rice and this vegetable stir fry that we made. The kids already ate a few of these muffins. They were picking out the granola. We probably ate at least 10 biscuits, everyone did. So this is what we are left with. We really hope that we inspired you to meal prep and welcome the fall with us, guys. I am so excited for fall. This is one of my favorite seasons because it's just so nice and cozy. The heat is finally going to be gone. We thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you on our next video. Subscribe if you're new. We will see you later. Bye, everybody. Mm-hmm.
I tasted every single one. And then, yeah, the best is the casserole.
Why?
Because it's delicious.
Better than anything else in the granola?
Yeah. Yes.
That's gonna be a hit, huh?
So now we'll probably you can have that. I'll have that. No, you can have a quarter. I'll have 3/4.
Oh.
You have an 1/8.